This is an introduction to function notation. This piece right here is read f of x, or f evaluated at x. F is the name of the function. So if I'm talking about f of x, I'm talking about this function because it's the one with the f. The other function that I've got listed there is g of x. F of x says to evaluate the function for whatever is placed in this position. And we're going to do this for f of 5. This is going to be f evaluated at 5. And the way I like my students to do this is to copy the pattern for f, but put some buckets, put a set of parentheses to hold the place for the 5. Then wherever there was an x in the function, you put the 5. And now you can evaluate. The parentheses are important. It helps so that you don't make order of operations errors and you don't make errors with negative signs. So now we have to do order of operations. You always have to square things first. So 5 squared is 25. The next thing on our list is to multiply. So we'll have 75 minus 10 plus an 8. Now all we have to do is add these numbers. So f evaluated at 5, or f of 5, is 73. Let's do this again with and evaluate g at -1. So we copy the pattern of g, which is a square root of 3 minus, and we're going to put the parentheses placeholder for the x, and then we're going to fill in what x is in that bucket right there. So I'm going to put a -1 there. Well, it turns out that g of -1 then is going to equal, well, minus minus is plus, so 3 plus 1. So g of -1 is going to equal a 2. 3 plus 1 is 4, and square root of 4 is 2. Let's do a problem that's a little bit more intense. Let's evaluate f at a minus 2. Well, to evaluate the function, we copy the pattern of f, putting parentheses wherever there's an x. Now we've got our placeholders there, and we can fill in a minus 2 wherever there's an x. A minus 2 there, and an a minus 2 there. Now we have to evaluate this and simplify. A minus 2 squared, you have to remember that that means a minus 2 times a minus 2. So simplifying the squared there is going to be a squared minus 4a plus 4. Then all of that is multiplied by the 3. Now we have to distribute. We need to distribute 3a squared minus 12a plus 12 minus 2a plus 4 plus 8. Now all we have to do is combine like terms. So f evaluated at a minus 2 is 3a squared, and then we'll add the negative 12a and the negative 2a, so negative 14a. Then we need to add the 12 and the 4 and the 8 for a 24. Now let's do a couple evaluations with this g function here. Evaluate g of x squared. Well, where the x is, I put a bucket, and then I fill in the x squared inside that bucket. Whatever's inside here goes in place of the x in the original function. So g of x squared is just going to be 3 minus x squared. And you can't simplify that. You can't split up a subtraction inside a square root. So you're done. There's nothing more you can do on that problem. Now, let's do a couple more. G of 1. So again, I put a parenthesis, fill the 1 in. That's going to be 3 minus 1 is a 2. G evaluated at 1, or G of 1, is the square root of 2. Let's do one more. G of 7. That's going to be 3 minus, put the parentheses, and whatever's inside this bucket, we put inside the parentheses there. So G of 7 is the square root of negative 4. Now, that's not a real answer. That's not a real number. So 7 is not in the domain of G. And we'll talk more about domains on the next lecture.